Welcome to Life Esteem, a program committed to deliver information that's important to you and your community. Your hosts are Nathaniel and Patricia Gadsden.
Welcome to Life Esteem again. Always glad to have you as a viewer. Hey, today we're going to talk about Gospel Live and great work that they're doing here in central Pennsylvania. We have with us Stephon Guyton and Ennis Mosley. They're both directors of Gospel Live. Mm-hmm. And you guys have a very special program that you do at Midtown Scholar. Tell us all about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, first, thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're ecstatic to be here. Yeah, Gospel Live was a vision community organization in the sense that we decided we wanted to take the church outside of the four walls and have an impact. So Gospel Live was formed some years ago, really getting into Christian media, things online and some other ventures. And of course, from that came the most exciting to date venture we've done, which is the Good News Cafe.
That's it. Good News Cafe.
The Good News Cafe.
Yes. Absolutely. And it's some good news, too.
Yes, It's an exciting event that we host at the Midtown Scholar, downtown 1302 North 3rd Street in Harrisburg, PA. It's a collaboration of so many different things about the gospel, from singing to poetry to dance to we've
Fellowship.
Fellowship.
And that's a true essence of the cafe that we love.
And so, Ennis, you have a special celebration coming up. Is it 2 years now for?
Yes.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
Second year anniversary,
lineup.
September 7th. It's pretty awesome. I'm excited. I know Stephon is excited.
Yes.
We have, I would say, the MVPs of the previous cafes, which we have Edgar from Lancaster, as well as...
What does Edgar do?
Edward Mejia.
Edward Mejia. Okay.
Yeah,
spoken word?
He's a spoken word artist from out of Lancaster. He's actually by way of Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
But he lives in Lancaster now. He'll be with us. We have Gabriel Mosley. He's actually from Harrisburg. He's the Scott White, family, which everyone knows. He's one of the younger generations, but he has a group called Worship Music. And if you're looking for a worship experience, that young man, he'll blow your socks off. I mean, he's energetic. He brings to the table a brand of worship that I think a lot of people are looking forward, because if you're looking to be just kind of energized and lively, that's what he does.
He allows you to be yourself within his worship, and that's the amazing aspect to it.
We have another amazing poet, James Axel, out of York, Pennsylvania. Now, this young man has to be one of the first poets that I think I heard that captivated me from the moment he opened his mouth. It's like you were stuck and you didn't want to miss a word that he mentioned. So yes, James will be with us. We have a special tribute we're going to be doing for one of the groups that's with us.
Salt and Light.
It's a Christian jazz band.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean they're awesome because they've been with us since day one.
Okay. That's the plays behind you.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, two young ladies from Lancaster, and they're a blend. That's what makes them unique. They're a blend of talent from all over Central PA. And I think that's one of the key points that we like to stress about the Good News Cafe. It's not just a Harrisburg thing. It's a Central Pennsylvania thing, truly to the essence of it, because we bring talent from Harrisburg to York to Lancaster. We've had talent that'll come even further out.
Yes.
I think we have people from Baltimore. Have you had some people come
DC, Pittsburgh, New Jersey, New York City. Even family come from Beaumont, Texas. In this most recent cafe, we had a family that came from London, England. And that was powerful in itself. There's a story behind that, but in itself, that's powerful that they've blessed us with their presence at our cafe.
I think one of the things, too, that really allows us to be so successful is that it is a combination of peoples from everywhere, and that each have their own way or manner in regard to how they may worship, but they can all come together in that venue and express and be able to participate.
Yes, which is the Good News Cafe, an expression of our faith. And that's kind of the idea that we wanted to go in with the cafe, is that anyone can come and fellowship and worship in just a true expression of your faith. We want the folks, the blue-collar workers, the person that's walking down the street that has no idea of faith or Christianity, just to come in and enjoy yourself and participate.
And by the way, it's free.
Yes.
Right. How about that?
Yes. It is. And I think that's truly what makes it somewhat unique in the sense that it's I think not only that it's a true expression of our faith, but it's in a location that typically you don't expect to hear the gospel going forth.
Right. That's right.
We and that was one of the keys, we think, besides the unity that we try to offer, is taking it in an unorthodox place and saying, this is how we live every day. We don't just practice on Sunday morning and then put it down Sunday afternoon. We live like this all the time. But it's a truly open, free environment where we just come and we fellowship. I think my most unique, I think, experience has been when you come in and see so many people just talking who have never known each other, and walk out of there. And you look on Facebook and go, "Wow, when did they become friends?" And you know it was from the cafe because you know they met themselves, met each other there. So I think that's one of the most powerful aspects of the cafe as well.
But you also picked good hosts. You do a fantastic job of really, bringing the gospel, inviting people. And then you have that dynamic young lady, Lori
Mitchell.
Lori Mitchell.
Lori Mitchell.
Yes.
Come on, she's dynamic. She's
Great personality.
Great personality, draws you in. So it's all good. It really is. And I noticed also as people walk in, they're coming into Midtown Scholar Bookstore just to kind of see what's going on. And then it's like, what's all this, And then they sit down.
And
they
stay.
do.
Okay, and they get involved. So
we've had a lot of people actually come and find out about the cafe that way, who were going by, and they'll run to me or to Lori afterwards and go, I was just going by. Like, I heard it, and I had to come in and see what was going on. And once I got in here, I didn't want to leave. So I think that's a testimony within itself. That when you can represent the gospel, and you can represent fellowship and community in such a manner that people are drawn to you, that they just want to come in and be a part of what you have going on. So
it's beautiful.
It's really an exciting time for us.
Yes, it is. So this is 2 years now for you at the Midtown Scholar, and you've also branched out. I understand you did something in York. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, tell us
Go
about
ahead.
that.
We are growing. Gospel Live is really committed to growing this Good News Cafe name and brand. So we had the blessing of going down to York, and we did it there about 4 or 5 times, I think, so far.
Four times.
4 times. And what we decided to do, because we saw there was a very solid following and base in that area too, that we are going to be revamping and going full steam ahead to expand into the York area as well.
Nice.
Yeah. We also had the opportunity to perform or minister at Hershey Park about July 27th on Take the Stage program.
Yes.
That was powerful, and it was exciting to reach out to Hershey Park to see if there was opportunity for us. And once we established that connection, it was more of Hershey Park saying, yes, come back. We definitely want you.
Did they?
Yes. And they're actually in talks to future opportunities as well. So it's truly a blessing.
I didn't know about the Hershey Park.
Yeah.
Well, I know the last one we attended, you talked about being in Hershey.
Going to Hershey Park.
And what you were going to be
You
doing
remember
there.
this stuff, and I never remember that stuff. I don't understand this.
We don't want to go there.
But that's also part of our what God has done for us along the expansion. That it is bigger than just one person or one individual. With going to Hershey Park, that was an experience within itself. Just to see these young artists who would have otherwise never had this opportunity to be on a platform like that, go into a park, and what I think one of the experiences for me while we were there was to watch the Hershey Park staff literally come out of the booth and look up we were in an amphitheater and watch just passerbys coming in, and they were just like, wow. They were watching it draw people in. So I think that's what kind of sold them, like, hey, they don't have to tell us no more. We're literally seeing it for ourselves as people are coming in. So, and I think it all has to do with the brand of what we're trying to do, with God's help and with God's leadership, that we're trying to put forth a true livable form of what Christianity is and how we use it to be better. We're not perfect by no means.
Right.
But we get better each time. So it's exciting. So second year anniversary, we're amped.
We're willing to walk in faith, and we're walking it out.
And I really appreciate you guys. You've helped me a couple times at the State Museum, and you come down to. It's been great, man. You guys, like you said, you live what you preach, and that's good stuff. So there are some artists out there saying, or just people saying, man, I'd like to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So how do you pick your talent? Let's say there's someone out there saying, why is some talent like putting the stage? But you're not real sure always,
Yeah, how do
you pick your talent?
Great question.
Well, one of the first ways that we do it is we always encourage everyone to submit either a video or, if it's poetry, a written form of your poetry to goodnewscafe11@gmail.com. That's the email address that we respond to on a regular basis. So if you submit your works there, our staff in the back end, which, by the way, we have to have to acknowledge our staff,
Oh, yeah.
because it's not just I or
Yeah,
Ennis.
yeah,
It is.
it's not.
We have a phenomenal staff of young, energetic believers like the Lori Mitchells of the world, who you mentioned, who just make this possible.
Yeah.
Because you can give them a task and they run. Unfortunately, someone has to have to be the face, I guess, in some case. But they embrace their role. They we try to push them to the front. They no. We stay
Now, Marcus Hughes, is he still part of your group, or does he work with you guys?
Well, Marcus actually was one of he has a group that he worked with called True Speaks. And when we first originally created the idea of the Good News Cafe, his organization worked with Gospel Live to create it.
Okay.
Since then, we've kind of forged ahead as Gospel Live to forge the brand and work with it ourselves. But he's still definitely one of our brothers who we are constantly supporting and constantly praying for. So he's his organization. Now we're hoping in the near future, as he's getting married soon. So
so you know how that takes.
Marcus.
Takes a while.
All right.
That's
so
time-consuming.
we'll be there to celebrate with him for him and his beautiful wife Keisha. So they'll be getting married soon. But and then hopefully once they transition to that next phase of life, they'll be able to bring True Speaks back to the forefront and do some things. But as of now, Gospel Live is kind of forging ahead with the Good News Cafe. But we mentioned the Marcus Hughes, but you have to mention the Nadia Bonners,
Yes.
the Ashley Mannings, the Faye Varners, the Cassie Porters, another Scott White, Cassie Porters, the Chris Mortons, who those type of people who are a part of our staff. And if you come to the cafe, you know their faces.
Yes, you see it.
They're all over the
Chris
place.
Morton, the poet.
Yes.
And he's down part of your staff.
Yes.
That's beautiful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Good guy.
And actually, someone that you introduced me to.
I'm so glad he came and found you, man, because he's a good. His heart is right.
Yes.
Right.
Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So, that's how we do it. And then getting back to what you originally asked about how they can get in contact with us. Of course, the email is the quickest way. But of course, Facebook. We're young, we're avid Facebookers.
He is.
I am, not as much as because it's a wave of today.
Right.
Yes.
But of course, you can always find us on there. We have a group page on Facebook as well, where the community meets after the cafe. So the cafe kind of extends beyond the Midtown. It happens on Facebook afterwards. They're always on there talking and sharing what their favorite part of the night was, and then what has kind of spawned out of that, you see this true sense of what we like to call kingdom. Because individuals that go to different churches, they put down that barrier and start saying, I have a prayer request. Please pray for me. And you see all kind of likes and comments on saying, we're praying for you. We're lifting you up.
Beautiful.
So that's what kind of formulated out of this unity that the Good News Cafe has been about.
Yeah.
Well, can I ask a question? You had made the comment, Nate, that this is free.
Yes.
Okay. And which is a wonderful way of giving back to the community. But how does we allow that to maintain itself and thrive as you're growing? I mean, do you get donations or what happens there? I'm just wanting to get some better understanding.
Good question. Donations from various sponsors, support from the attendees at the cafe. A free will offering is available. That helps to contribute to bringing artists in from out of town for their expenses, travel expenses. We also ourselves. I know I've contributed as well. Just I believe in the brand, the product, and the what God is forging ahead, and that avenue as well.
Yeah, it definitely has an element of. We do have of course, like any company, because Gospel Live being a company, we have a financial structure that we have to bring in revenue and things like that. So we definitely still have the element of it. But this particular product that we believe, even though it is free, it has elements that we're creating more of a brand now. With it. So there are going to be opportunity for people to sow into it by buying and purchasing certain things they like. We just, for this particular one, we didn't want to have an admission fee just because we didn't want it to hold anyone back.
Right.
This was the way to draw people in. But of course, I agree with you. With anything that's worth having, you should be willing to put something forth, whether it be monetary or into it. But yeah, we do have ways that we're bringing out our brand new logo. We're excited about September 7th. You'll see the first unveiling of that. And then we have T-shirts and we have other promotion items that we're going to be, moving. So we do have ways that we're generating revenue for this particular piece. But I think that what we're looking to do is really build a name with the Good News Cafe. Gospel Live is committed to making the Good News Cafe just a real big mainstay in central Pennsylvania and abroad. Because we mentioned Hershey Park, we mentioned York, Lancaster is definitely on tap as well. So we have opportunities to go there. But then there's some other ideas that we've been forging in the background. We've actually done a Good News Cafe in Philadelphia.
Good. Okay.
Yes.
As well. So we've gone to Philadelphia before, and sometimes the first time it's like to test the waters, so that we can build up. We believe in quality. We don't believe in just rushing out. Just say, oh, we're going to put it out there just to put it out there, but we believe in quality.
Yeah, that even goes back to your question about auditions or how someone, particularly ministers at our cafe, and we've held 2 auditions, so to speak, auditions. They're not auditions to say yes or no. They're more of auditions to say, well, thank you for your gift. Let us help you perfect. You're not perfect, but just be better at your gift, whether it's stage presence, things of that nature.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it also helps us align the cafe with a theme, so to speak. We'll have a younger, focused cafe. We'll have a maybe acoustics, things of that nature. So we don't say no to anyone. We just pretty much just pair with cafe. Maybe you're new, you may be timid. We'll just pair you with a stronger person in the back end. Things of that nature. So.
Yeah, you know, I appreciate you allowing me to participate. I've been there.
Yeah, we love it.
Twice.
He'd come back.
Fantastic. Man, I'm too old for that. Bring my cane up there next time. But truly, though, I mean, it's really a great stage and a great venue. And, you know, let's give kudos also to Midtown Scholars.
Yes.
For even opening themselves up the way that they did to make it happen.
Yes.
And that's Eric Pappenfuss and his lovely wife. And they, you know, what they were able to do, and like I said, just open up the doors for you.
Yes.
And then you deliver it by bringing them in.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity.
Wow.
It's tremendous.
We're very appreciative of what they did by opening their doors and allowing us, because at times, I mean, we're so excited. I mean, we've had cafes where we knew we were pushing the capacity limit. We were like, oh, you can't come. Sorry, it's just too quick.
We did it one time when they made the announcement, if you leave out, you can't
come
back.
back.
Fire marshal, you know. It's like, wow, we were packed in there, man.
And that's coming from our first cafe, second cafe of 30 people,
Yeah.
including us, including the staff,
Including
the
the
band.
first one. Remember, you guys?
Yes.
It's like I said, 30-something people, and then all of a sudden, kaboom.
It skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And we've seen such an exponential growth within the audience, but not only with that, with other organizations who have reached out to us and said, we love this.
Yeah.
Can we somehow help or you know, or collaborate with you guys? I got another email on Facebook just the other day from another organization that's in Central Pennsylvania saying, we have a similar vision for what would you see? Can we help? Can we, you know, and it was like, you know, here's different ways. So, you know, we're definitely excited. Like you say, coming from humble beginnings. It's like never despise the days of humble beginnings, you know, because, you know, who I can trust with a little, I can trust with a lot, you know, and we started, they said 30 people, us running around, and it's like you can hear crickets.
But we were excited, though.
Yeah.
We were truly excited.
Even though, you know, the numbers really don't make the spirit of the room. I mean, the room was still alive with the 30 people, you know, and that was the reason why I kept growing, I think.
Yeah. We knew it would come. You know, we knew it would double, and like I said, as long as we kept our spirits and our faith in the right direction, that it would come. And that's what happened. We just kept, we went right back to the drawing board, like within the hours, I think, after the first one was like, let's go, we can get this. And the next one, it doubled.
Well, let's make sure we get the particulars down so people know they're excited, too, about coming to the Good News Cafe. But it is the first Saturday of every month.
Yes.
At the Midtown Scholar, which is located at 3rd and Verbeck Street. Right?
Yes.
Okay, and it starts at 6 o'clock?
Yes.
And goes into about
9.
Yes. So 6 to 9, 3 hours. You better get there early, or you may not have a seat. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
It is free, but you better get there early.
Yes.
Also, parking's always an issue. It's not a big issue because you have all that parking around
Around
The
the
Broad
area.
Street Market.
Broad Street
Broad
Market.
Street Market.
Just gotta walk a little bit, but it's great though.
Yeah,
Yes.
we definitely want to encourage everyone on September 7th. If you're listening and watching this, please, you got to get there early. We have some things that are planned to start.
Huge surprise.
A big surprise. It's going to start right at the beginning. So you've got to get there early. And as you mentioned, just because seats become limited very quickly, and you'll be standing in the back by the door before you know it.
Do you guys still want me to sing at the beginning? Oh, I let the cat out the bag, didn't I? Now no one's coming.
That's
funny.
Yeah, definitely. But September 7th is going to be our 2nd year anniversary. We're calling the Good News Cafe 2 the next chapter.
Oh, I love that.
You know, still expressing our faith.
And you're going to unveil the logo.
Yes.
I'm excited to see that.
To see that. And
Okay.
we have some other exciting, like I said, right at the beginning. If you hear about this surprise that we got planned afterwards, you'll regret it.
Oh, really?
So
You missed it.
You got to be there.
You have to be there.
We open. I mean, the doors of the cafe are always open because the Midtown Scholar, of course, is a regular venue, so they're always open. But about 5:30, you start seeing the crowd
Yeah.
fill in.
Yeah.
So we're saying get there about 5:30. Just come on in. We'll have it set up. We'll be ready to go. But yeah, the September 7th, that second year anniversary is going to be major.
Anyone who wants to sample the Good News Cafe, they can go online and they can see it. Can they not? Tell us about that.
Yeah, we have a YouTube page and our Facebook page is probably our main media stream, but YouTube as well. It's Good News Cafe, HBG, and you can view past cafes or in a more formal media event, just email us. Just reach out to us. We have video. We have footage of all of our cafes.
But you can view the past cafes, and that's good.
Going online. We usually take little clips of each artist and we put them out there. Ennis mentioned YouTube. We're also on, of course, all social media. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Good News Cafe, HBG. So if you just want to keep up, like during the night, we'll tweet pics of the crowd and
Instagram now.
Instagram now,
Yeah.
Which I'm big on. I'm an Instagram guy. I think I'm fading away from Facebook because I'm just a picture guy. I like taking pictures, but you'll see pictures of the night. And we always say to people though, if you catch a picture of the crowd and you're not there, you'll regret it because you'll see how packed. It's like, oh, I should have been there. It's like,
And you really can't see the whole crowd because people are upstairs as well.
Hanging over the rafters everywhere. I know.
Within the book aisles and such.
It's great.
Yeah, it's an interesting place. By the way, let me just mention too that this show, by the way, people always say, "Oh man, I missed your Life Esteem show." You can catch it on YouTube. All you have to do is go to www.lifeesteemtv.com. It's all one word, lifeesteemtv.com, and you can catch past shows of Life Esteem.
Great.
Always, and so we hope that you'll do that, and just kind of keep it going, pass the word around, if you will. And of course, we come on every Sunday morning here at WHP TV 21 at 6 p.m. And hope that you always, let people know about this as well. And so, gentlemen, congratulations, man, for what you guys have been able to do. This is great, and in Harrisburg has never had anything like this, as far as I know. As far as I know, I mean, it's just been, and it's happening because it brings in all people, regardless of color, culture, regardless of, like you said, denomination, faith, denomination.
Absolutely.
It's bringing them all in, age.
Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, it does done a wonderful job at because actually our minister of music happened to be getting ready to catch a bus.
That's right. Yeah.
On one of the evenings they were getting ready to get started, he heard Dennis Short, and he was hearing this. He said, "What is this?" He wasn't aware that you all were there. He said, "I had got to come back," and he's an older gentleman, and he said just the spirit and the music just really grabbed him.
Wow.
Yeah, he'd heard us talk about it in church, but he never really kind of followed through. And then one day he just happened to be standing there, and he popped in and looked and said, "What?"
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It was like,
That's awesome.
We've had people as young as 13. Like we had one young lady. She's actually going to be at the cafe. She said her 13-year-old daughter was the first Saturday was last month actually. She was going to go out with some friends, and she said the friend called her around the time the cafe was start, and she said, "Wait a minute. No, it's cafe time. I'm sorry, y'all come with me, but I got to go to the cafe." And so it was powerful to hear 13-year-olds saying, "That's where I got to be at."
I work for United Way, the Capital Region, and we have what we call loan executives. They come from other agencies and come in and help us with their work. And this one lady came up to me one day and she said, "Hey, I saw you." And I said, "Okay." Well, she said, "I was at the Good News Cafe." About the Good News Cafe.
That's great.
"Yeah, my family go all the time."
That's great.
But I didn't even know she was upstairs looking down on us.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just
that's good
man.
stuff.
That's great stuff. Yeah.
We hear many stories like that, and that's what keeps us going.
It does.
That's what keeps us going. Because going to the grocery store and have kids walk up, "Hey, that's the Good News Cafe guy." I mean, that's when I think it first hit me about a year ago when you started seeing that type of experience. I was kind of like, at first, it was like, "Okay, God, this is getting kind of scary," but it was like it was all a part of. It wasn't about me. It was about the spirit, about the fellowship that the Good News Cafe was creating.
I have a question to ask.
Sure.
Have you ever had a news station, regular news, just come in and take part of the Good News Cafe while you guys are just kind of doing it?
No.
Not yet.
So one of the things I want to say is this, that, folks, listen, there are some great things happening in our community. Great things.
Truly.
And this is one of the best, the Good News Cafe. It happens the first Saturday of every month down at the Midtown Scholar, which is at 3rd and Verbeck Street.
Yes.
That's news. Okay?
Yeah,
I mean, all these people shooting up each other and all this stuff, listen, we need to start telling the good news. And I think this is one of the issues that I've always had, that we have to make sure we're telling the whole story.
Yes.
And part of the whole story is that there's a lot of good going on.
Truly is.
Yeah.
And, there's no fights down there. There's nobody, running through acting crazy.
No.
It's just a real good time. And
Yes,
it's for
it
the whole
is.
family.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, let's tell the whole story. That's what I always say.
Yeah,
And that's why I'm so glad this program exists, that we can do that.
Exactly. Exactly. We think
lift up
Yeah.
the life esteem of the community.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And be able to let people
So-
know that. Yeah.
And we'll definitely do our parts to make sure that people know about your show. So
Yes.
you'll be able to
Thank
find
you.
lifeesteem.tv.com
Thank you so much.
on
Yes.
the Good News Cafe. We'll be definitely promoting that. But I'm glad you said that, definitely, that there is a fuller picture.
Okay.
And then we should present the fuller picture that we're all Harrisburg products.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Susquehanna, Harrisburg High, you know, so, and we're proud. You know, and we went to college and we had many beautiful experiences, and God has given us that that opportunity to come back and take
Yes.
those experiences and say, now create something.
Okay. That's
You know,
right.
so
Create.
create, and that's what we're looking to do.
As a lifelong resident of Harrisburg, and I will tell you, and this whole area, that this is just a great thing for for Central Pennsylvania, and I'm glad to see that it's people of color who got it going, and then everybody embraced it too, because it shows that everybody can embrace anything that any of us do,
Yes.
and that's a good thing as well. You never feel like you're in
Exactly.
a black venue; you always feel like you're in God's venue. I like
Yes.
that. You know,
Exactly.
that's a good thing.
Yes.
man.
And
So-
also, you said something important too, that you both came back into your community, even though you went away to school.
Yep.
You came here and created something to sustain it.
Yes.
And allow other people to feel proud and really great to be a part of Central PA. So I want to thank you, take your hat off for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We're humbled. We're humbled.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's one of our humility.
Yeah.
So it is Saturday, September the 7th.
Yes.
And it will start again at 6 o'clock, but
Yeah.
you need to get to about
By
5:30.
5:30.
Get there a
By
little early.
5:30.
5:30,
get there.
and it's free. But it's always good to give a goodwill offering. You can always, that's the opportunity
Yes.
always exists.
Yep.
And by the way, people say, well, six to 9, hungry, but they actually have food and stuff there in the
cafe, bakery area. They have two options, two stations available, as well as Fannie Mae.
Fannie
Yes.
Mae's. We have a young baker. She's actually a relative of mine who's actually coming up as a baker. Her name is Net White, and she has a company called Fannie Mae, was familiar with her mother. But she produces pastries right there, and we bring them and sell them on site there too. So the Midtown has embraced that as well. So we'll have that.
So
as
you
well.
won't be hungry.
You won't be
Yeah,
hungry.
you won't be hungry. Even the popcorn
fed by
gentlemen,
the
they be
gospel.
there.
Yeah, we've had a Taste of Heaven popcorn, kettle corn. They embrace us. They've been there several times. So
We
yeah,
support, we
feed
support
you.
small businesses
Oh,
in the
definitely.
area.
Yeah.
So
Definitely
Even the Broad
participate.
Street Market that participated
Has
at one
participated,
time.
yes.
they
that's
have,
true.
yeah.
So for any small businesses looking to get in contact with us, Good News Cafe 11 at gmail.com. 11, obviously, the year we started.
Right.
But yeah, email us. We definitely embrace small businesses and give them an opportunity to, for entrepreneurship, because I'm in love with entrepreneurship. So we do our best.
Gentlemen, we've run out of time. This has been a great conversation.
Yes, it has.
Congratulations to all that you do.
Thank you.
We certainly plan on being there, God willing, for the anniversary on September the
7th.
7th. And again, folks, we hope that you'll join us there for the Good News Cafe. And we're going to have a good time all together.
Yes.
And believe me, everyone on that stage, they do a great job. Oh, man, they have
Yes,
some
they
wonderful
do.
poets and singers and dancers and, the mimes even. You have
Yes.
some mimes in it. Ooh, I mean, really good stuff. So, this is a good opportunity for the Harrisburg community, and it is part of the entire story, okay? We know that there's a lot of challenges in our community, but this is part of the entire story. Don't forget also, we're celebrating that 50-year anniversary of the Great March on Washington, where Dr. King gave that wonderful speech, I Have a Dream. Let's bring that into your pulpit today as you go to church and find yourself, fellowship. And remember the part that labor played as well. Many people worked, and died in order to make this a better country, and have built this country off the sweat of their brows and backs. So, let's honor labor on Labor Day, and, let's also honor the great movement that made us all great. See you next time here on Life Esteem. God bless.